Okay, this is a video of where the Avion used to be, which was right there. And we did have an electric cord running across there. We were going to punch a hole in the garage shop building there. This is where Mark's RV was parked, and it's where we got ours parked. I'm going to roll back to where the Avion is now. And as you can tell, that's where the bad boy gets parked. It's in the shade. This is where Dozer used to run and catch the rabbits. This is where the canopy, or the tunnel as we call it, is at. And I'll stop here so you get your bearings. There's the 4-foot wide gate where the lawnmower goes through so we can mow the yard. And just looking right straight ahead is where the Avion is now. And I'm coming up to the fork right here that goes back to what we call the South 40. Right back there, the burn pile is behind there. As we come up a little bit, you can see, you can't see the burn pile because it's back to the east, west. All right, now back around to the Avion. The white flags are where there used to be saplings growing up that were 1 inch to 3 inches in diameter. They were in the way for me to be able to drive the Suburban in without damaging the truck. It would also get in the way if we want to pull a trailer out of here. They would be in the way of moving the Avion. So we cut about 6 trees down, but you can't see here. There are some more dead in the back. If you can see dead center, there's 2 trees on the left. To the right of that, there's 2 more trees. We cut a bunch of saplings down there. Okay, coming around. She moved the benches, which you remember were in the back. This new little green wagon here now has brand new tires on it. Cost twice what it would have just to get a new wagon. But they're commercial tires. They can handle the weight. Okay, back to the Avion. It's now setting on pre-treated 2x6s, so it won't rot. Not anytime soon anyway. Keep the tires off the ground. And this is the area, remember that tree there that we circled around? So we're gonna go here. Dogs are complaining because they're not riding with me. Now that's looking due north to the highway out front. Next to the county road. And there, the little black spot in the middle by that tree is a dog that's upset because he's not in the golf cart. He wants to ride. And as you can see from this new angle, this Avion sits in there real nice and pretty. I just noticed that if I back up, you can see the burn pile. There's some blue. If you look in the back in the back, there's a dense area. Now I'll go back there and show you where it's at. We have a little triangle here. I could go there and go that way, but we've cleared this out couple, 3 years ago, we now have a shortcut where we can go from the tunnel back to the South 40 entrance. Brush pile starting to come into view. To the left is a volunteer tree that Cindy found and put into a pot about 3 years ago, and it's grown up 3 times as high as it used to be. But there is the brush pile, and as soon as that wood in there dries out more, and right now it's still green because we just cut it down a couple of days ago. I'm circling around it. Bouncing bad. There's a lot of wood piled up in there. It was twice that high, and then we started throwing stumps that we'd cut down to about 2.5 to 3 feet long. Right there you can see a bunch of stumps before they got covered up. There's several layers of tree stumps in there. And here's our volunteer tree. And going back towards where the camper's parked. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. There's the one that wants to go with me. Aren't you? There's Tag Along. Tag Along wants to go. This tree right here has been trimmed down considerably since you were here because termites got into it. We cut quite a bit off of it, and that little tiny cordless power saw did all of that cutting. That thing is a jewel. We'll show it to you. This is a jewel. Best purchase I've made. Snapper brand. Just like this mower here, Snapper. Little 10-inch blade. Got its own oil tank, of course. That is a jewel. Pull this down, and the head brake changes direction. Well, that's enough. I got to get this propane model converted. It's doesn't meet today's standards. That's off of the Avion. It's the old style from way back when. 878.